1-800-215-1792. 1-800-215-1792.
Do you have glaucoma or high eye pressure? Are you forced to use daily eye drops? If so, this message may be for you. Local doctors are conducting a clinical research study of an investigational dropless therapy, and they're looking for participants right here in this area. To qualify, you must have glaucoma or high eye pressure in both eyes and have not had surgery for your glaucoma. If you qualify, you'll receive study medication at no cost, along with study-related exams by an eye doctor throughout the study. No insurance is needed, and there's no cost to participate. Compensation is available for your time and travel, but space is limited. To see if you qualify, call 844-3-MY-EYES or visit myeyecarestudy.com. If you have glaucoma or high eye pressure, don't miss out on this exciting clinical research study. Call 844-3-MY-EYES or visit myeyecarestudy.com. That's 844-3-MY-EYES or visit myeyecarestudy.com.
Hello, I'm Joe Cordell of the domestic litigation firm Cordell & Cordell. Here are a few quick divorce tips that we provide our clients. Number 1, don't move out of your house just because your wife tells you to. Remember, that's your house too. And number 2, don't blow through the financial statements that you file with the court. These are key exhibits and they often make or break your case. And number 3, watch the social networking. Expect your wife's lawyer to do a thorough online search. And incidentally, this is a two-way street. Now a bonus tip. Partner with your attorney in assembling evidence. You're one of the 2 leading experts on your life and marriage. Your attorney needs your input to achieve your goals. And finally, talk to your attorney before taking action. Good luck. By the way, unless you're in Missouri or Illinois, I'm not licensed in your state, but that's okay. Our attorneys in your state are.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Jacksonville area attorneys. Online at CordellCordell.com.
Cordell & Cordell, Jacksonville, Florida. Lisa Cargus, Florida resident partner. Announcers are not licensed attorneys.
Boating, fishing, water sports. Find your family fun at the Jacksonville Boat Show. A lifestyle, a passion, a way of life. Hundreds of boats, thousands of accessories, all at the absolute best prices of the year. January 25th through the 27th, the Jacksonville Boat Show at the Prime Osborne Convention Center. Fishing boats, cruisers, ski boats, pontoons, personal watercraft from the area's top, most trusted boat dealers. Visit BoatJax.com, BoatJax.com.
Life is better with a boat.
Wake Off's AC brings you the 5-day forecast. When your AC breaks, they get there fast.
Now, the WOKV First Alert Forecast.
A 10 on the WOKV weather meter on this Friday. Partly sunny and mild. The afternoon high in the lower 70s. Partly cloudy into the low 50s tonight. Partly cloudy, breezy, and warm tomorrow. Your Saturday high in the upper 70s. Rain moves in overnight and continues into early Sunday. Then it'll be windy and much colder Sunday with temperatures stuck in the upper 40s to the mid-50s and lower wind chills. With your First Alert Forecast, I'm Action News Jax Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish for News 104.5 WOKV.
Now, Safe Touch Security First Alert Traffic.
Southside drivers, there's a crash on the East Beltway northbound after Bay Meadows. It's pushed over to the right shoulder now, so all lanes are back open, but traffic is still backed up, causing a 20-minute delay. You can use Southside Boulevard as an alternate. Over on the West Beltway northbound, there's a crash on the ramp to I-10, but I'm looking at the traffic maps now, and I'm not seeing any delays getting through the area there. With Jacksonville's most frequent traffic, I'm Brian Riley.
Now, the 3 big things you need to know.
It's day 28 of the partial government shutdown, and House Speaker Nancy Pelosi still in Washington after President Trump canceled her trip overseas with a delegation of lawmakers. Chairman of the House Intelligence Committee said he would, quote, do what's necessary to confirm a report that President Trump directed his personal attorney, Michael Cohen, to lie to Congress. Netflix is reporting a huge leap in subscribers. The streaming giant says it added nearly 9 million new subscribers in the last 3 months of 2018, the biggest jump ever for the company. It's 10:07. I'm Candace Thomas.
I've got to get Marquet more time on the air. Be careful what you wish for, Jacksonville. You just might get it. We want us some Marquet, where entertaining meets informative.
You make it easier to go to work knowing I get to listen to you for 2 hours a day.
Local stories, local issues.
Just call it like it is. You are standing solid on truth. I love your show, brother.
2 full hours of the Marquet Show starts right now.
Nancy Pelosi denied the airplane. Oh, Trump it up. He gotta love it. You gotta love that Trump.
He makes a lot of people happy, and he makes a lot of people really upset, too. What's up? This is the Mark K Show. My name's Mark K. Hey, great news.
It's Friday!
Also, somebody just messaged me on Facebook. Oh, look, it's me telling me that we're live on Facebook. Also on Twitch, and man, with day 2 of working in an alcohol-filled studio, not the good kind of alcohol, not like we have a bartender here sitting serving us up drinks. We've basically had to douse. You could do surgery in this. So that's the problem. Like Candace comes in here and she's hacking and coughing, and Adam's still, got a little crud going on in his chest. And so the other Josh and I walk in here like 10 minutes early, and we literally we douse the place. It's like we're army medics and we're setting up a tent, and we know we're gonna have to do major surgery on somebody's interior body parts. So we want to make it as sterile an environment as possible. But that's okay. But that's good, because that way we'll stay healthy. 855-765-1045 is the number. By the way, if you are watching on Facebook or Twitch or wherever, share the wealth. Let everybody know that it's Friday. Let everybody know that we have so much fun here. Let everybody know that we're live. Like I always say, if you love this show, if you love watching it and listening to it, odds are the people that you know and love and have similar thought processes with, they're going to love it too. And won't they be thrilled with you for introducing them to it? And if there's people like, your cousin, or in my case, my sister, or you've got that one relative who just despises all things commonsensical, definitely share the show with them, because you're really gonna get their goat, much the way Donald Trump does with the Democrats. I don't know. I guess I always assume that people hear things because I'm so as soon as something happens, I get 19 messages and updates, and I've got the News 104.5 WOKV mobile app, which is constantly just bombarding me with information that I need. And so I'm always I always feel like I'm more in tune than most. But it always for example, I talk to people here in the office, like, oh my God, what Trump did with Pelosi yesterday, and people are like, what are you talking? I don't know. I didn't hear about. What are you talking about? So if you didn't hear, Donald Trump has decided, they always say, take the high road. Donald Trump has decided the high road is nowhere where he wants to be. Which should be a shock to zero people. But Donald Trump decided he's not going to take the high road. In fact, not only is he not going to take the high road, but he's going to go to the low road and start digging about 10 feet under, and then he's going to go down there. And this is awesome news for the Republicans in Washington and in Congress, and any supporters of Donald Trump. We did the story earlier this week about Nancy Pelosi threatening to postpone the State of the Union address. And everybody saw right through it for what it was, a political ploy. It was her trying to bait the president. It was her trying to get the president to give up on his true number one agenda item, and also his hardcore belief that border security is the most important thing and the most important problem facing this country today. She's trying to get him to change his entire moral being by saying, you can't speak in my, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to not allow you to come in here and talk to people, because Donald Trump needs her permission to talk to anybody. So yesterday, Donald Trump, took a page from Nancy Pelosi's own book. That's the thing. The worst thing you can do is take somebody's own plays and their own actions and throw it back in their face. He canceled a trip that Nancy Pelosi had planned with a lot of congressional leaders and Congress people to Brussels and to go overseas. And the reason he was able to do that is because they were going to use a military aircraft. They were going to use a military transport. And the military transport falls under the military, and the leader of the military is the President of the United States, aka he is the commander in chief. So whenever a transport is used to transport Congress people and senators and other dignitaries around, it's got to be given the go ahead of the White House, and 99 times out of 100 it is. Well, there's always that 100th time. And yesterday was that 100th time. Now, Donald Trump wrote a letter to Nancy Pelosi exactly the way she had written to him the day before. And this time, though, it wasn't regarding the State of the Union. It was regarding her travel plans. And he wrote, "Dear Madam Speaker, due to the shutdown, I am sorry to inform you that your trip to Brussels, Egypt, and Afghanistan has been postponed. We will reschedule this 7-day excursion when the shutdown is over. In light of the 800,000 great American workers not receiving pay, I am sure you would agree that postponing this public relations event is totally appropriate. I also, I like it. It's, not only is he writing a letter and taking away her plane, he's literally just pounding away at his public relations event. We know that you are doing nothing at all but trying to purport your own agenda and make yourself look better in the eyes of the world. I also, let me continue reading the letter. I also feel that during this period, it would be better if you were in Washington negotiating with me and joining the strong border security movement to end the shutdown. By the way, this is the first official in-writing notice I've heard of the strong border security movement, or the SBS, as I like to call it. It's a thing, I guess. Donald Trump is trying to now coin this terminology and get it out there. So it's like, join the strong border security movement to end the shutdown. Obviously, if you would like to make your journey by flying commercial, that would certainly be your prerogative. I look forward to seeing you soon, and even more forward to watching our open and dangerous southern border finally receive the attention, funding, and security it so desperately deserves. So this got a lot of reaction. I mean, you heard some of it just, moments ago when we opened the show. That's a denied. Yeah, a lot of people are like, "This is great." But what's even better, when you think about that, when you think about how, the timing of this, Donald Trump sent this letter to Nancy Pelosi 1 hour before the plane was supposed to take off. Literally, the plane was being fueled up on the tarmac. There were buses outside of congressional office buildings. The Congress people, because it was a delegation. It wasn't just Nancy Pelosi. It was a whole bunch of people. It was a whole delegation, a whole team. Nancy Pelosi, a bunch of Democrats. They're going to go to Egypt. They're going to go to Afghanistan. They're going to go to Brussels. They're going to do this world tour, and they're going to do it using military transport aircraft. And they were walking out, getting onto the buses, and then of course they got the notice that the plane trip had been canceled, and they were exasperated and infuriated, and they all had to get off the bus and go home and unpack. And probably the reason that they're so annoyed is because now they've got to go back and actually do some work instead of taking a world tour on your dime. 855-765-1045. A lot of people, including Lindsey Graham, are denouncing the president's action, saying this is a sophomoric prank, and one sophomoric prank does not deserve another. Personally, I'm a huge fan of sophomoric pranks. Have been since I was a freshman. Star 855-765-1045. We got to take a quick break. We got a bunch of open mics on this. We got some more of your phone calls, too. It's the Mark Kaye Show on News 104.5 WOKV.
Love listening to Mark, but can't every day? Good news. You can subscribe to the Mark Kaye Show podcast on iTunes or Google Play. Listen when you want, on the device you want. This is the Mark Kaye Show on News 104.5 WOKV.
Now, the three big things you need to know.
It's day 28 of the partial government shutdown, and House Speaker Nancy Pelosi still in Washington after President Trump canceled her trip overseas with a delegation of lawmakers. JSO says a person has been hit by a car near First Coast High School this morning, working to learn more about the victim's condition and the extent of their injuries. The Pentagon's identified 3 of 4 Americans killed in a suicide bomb attack in Syria this week, including Army Chief Warrant Officer Jonathan Farmer from Boynton Beach in South Florida.
When you hear these tones, you know the WOKV First Alert Storm Center is activated. Never more than 10 minutes away from an urgent severe weather report. This is where Jacksonville turns first for severe weather. News 104.5 WOKV.
Hey, it's Mark Kaye from the Mark Kaye Show. Couple things. First of all, thanks so much for making WOKV your #1 station. And thank you for tuning in to the Mark Kaye Show, the fastest growing talk show in Jacksonville. And that's not fake news. I want to return the favor. I want to help you grow your business too. So let's work together. Contact General Sales Manager Bob DeBloy at 245-8732. That's 245-8732. Get your business growing by teaming up with me, Mark Kaye, and the Mark Kaye Show. Call 245-8732. That's 245-8732.
Why do local women watch Action News Jacks? Because the unexpected can mess up their day. They like to know about the rain, the recalls, and school changes because their families are depending on them. They need more than just crime stories. They want to be in the know with real investigations that truly impact them, not something they can just Google. Is that selfish? We don't think so. Their time is valuable. In fact, more women are now watching Action News Jacks than any other station.
Is your business on the rise? Each week, one local business will be highlighted as the WOKV Business of the Week. Northeast Florida's most important media outlet is searching for businesses on the rise. To learn more and to nominate a business, go to WOKV.com and click on the Business of the Week tab. This week's Business of the Week is Estes Heating and Air Conditioning. You can find them online at airbyestes.com.
On the road, there's a thin line between safety and tragedy. Don't cross it. Give law enforcement, first responders, and service professionals the space to safely do their jobs. When you see flashing lights, move over a lane or slow down 20 miles per hour below the posted speed limit. See lights? Move over, Florida. Brought to you by the Florida Department of Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles and the Florida Highway Patrol.
With PatriotSoftware.com, accounting and payroll, keep your time and money.
Mike Capel here, serial entrepreneur. In 2016, one of my employees accidentally clicked through an online vendor's contract, which recommitted my company to an additional 12 months of their service. I called the vendor to explain the accident. Nope, they pointed to their ironclad contract, told me to pay or else. I will pay them, but after 12 months, I'm gone. I've been in business over 30 years, and I've never made my customers sign a long-term contract. Never. And now, my fifth successful company, Patriot Software, offers payroll to business owners with 1 to 100 employees, and there's no long-term contract. And if you need help with your payroll, we will help you for free. Go to PatriotSoftware.com. Use promo code RADIO and get 2 months of payroll free. That's PatriotSoftware.com.
Guarding your nest egg with Mike Lester.
Most people are procrastinators. We get real nervous with our portfolios when we see volatility. Then when it gets better, we kind of just let it go again. We have to educate ourselves on what all of the options are. And that's the great thing about this radio program. We get to talk about it a little bit right here, hopefully inform people some, and that's really what we specialize in.
Check out Guarding Your Nest Egg with Mike Lester each weekend here on News 104.5 WOKV.
Securities offered through TCM Securities Inc. Members FINRA, SIPC.
Wakeoff's AC brings you the 5-day forecast. When your AC breaks, they get there fast.
Now, the WOKV First Alert Forecast.
A mild end to the work week. Partly sunny skies today and nice. Near a bit above 70 degrees this afternoon at 10 on the WOKV weather meter. Partly cloudy into the low 50s tonight and a breezy and warm Saturday. It'll be partly cloudy with temperatures soaring into the upper 70s. Rain will move in overnight and will be followed by a windy, much colder Sunday with some lingering showers early on. Temperatures, though, in the 40s and 50s all day long. From the First Alert Weather Center, I'm Action News Jack's Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish for News 104.5 WOKV.
Now, Safe Touch Security First Alert Traffic.
There's a crash on the East Beltway southbound after St. John's Bluff. It's over on the right shoulder, not causing any delays. Still just 10 minutes will get you from Heckscher over the Danes Point Bridge and down to JTB. Further down the East Beltway southbound, the crash after Bay Meadows has been pushed over to the right shoulder, so all lanes are back open, but there's heavy congestion. Give yourself an extra 6 minutes to get through the area. This report is brought to you by Complete Florida. Complete Florida is a free service funded by the state of Florida that helps you go back to college and graduate. Take the next step at CompleteFlorida.org. With Jacksonville's most frequent traffic, I'm Brian Riley.
The WOKV app just got an upgrade. Now, the 3 big things you need to know are in the palm of your hand. Get the all-new WOKV app now for Apple or Android. This is where Jacksonville turns first for breaking news, weather, and traffic. News 104.5 WOKV.
I think what he should have done is let all the Democrats fly over there and then take away our right to use the plane.
Yeah, don't cancel the return trip. Let him go to Afghanistan and then say, I'm sorry, Miss Pelosi, you're going to have to fly commercial. You know how tough it is to fly back that many Democrats first class from Afghanistan? Well, I don't either, but I imagine it's not easy at all. That's it to me. Next time, maybe that's the move. 855-765-1045. Donald Trump, look, I mean, not everybody is a fan of this move. Not everybody thinks it was the thing for a president to do.
So Nancy Pelosi and President Donald Trump are acting like little baby brats.
Little baby brats. At first, when the other Josh sent me that, I thought it said brats, and then I was like, "Ooh, I love brats," but it's baby brats. I mean, look, yes, are they? Sure. Are they playing stupid little games? Absolutely. Are they smacking each other around? Yes. But the whole point is that Nancy Pelosi's not negotiating. Not only is she not negotiating, she wants to leave the country. I mean, that is unheard of. First, the Democrats go to Puerto Rico with all of this story is just ridiculous. The more I think about it, the more it pops back up. First, they all go to Puerto Rico with lobbyists who are paying for the trip. They're basically blatantly saying, look, we're getting bribed during a government shutdown. We're drinking pina coladas. We're getting caught in the rain. We're doing all that kind of, we're not into yoga. We are into champagne. They're doing all that, and they're doing it on the dime of a lot of people who really just want them to do stuff for them. And now they want to go on this PR, and he's absolutely right. It's a PR trip. This is a great song, by the way. It's a PR trip. It's a PR stunt. All the Democrats want to go around the world and meet the troops and talk to people in Brussels and say, hey, look, aren't we great? When really they should be here at the Capitol building. They should be doing exactly what he's saying. He should ground them. First of all, they've been acting inappropriately. And when my kids act inappropriately, I ground them too. And Donald Trump has literally grounded them and said, stay here, do the work, come and negotiate, get this thing open already. Oh, P.S. Give me my wall. The Secure Border Society, what was it? The Secure Border, Strong Border Security Movement. Come and join me, Nancy Pelosi. We need your help. Jonathan in Kingsland, Georgia. Thanks for calling the Mark K Show. How are you, Jonathan?
I'm doing good. How you doing, sir?
Good. What did you want to say?
Well, I mean, I understand some people that think that, it's childish or whatever, but come on now. The Democrats have been playing these childish games for God knows how long. And the Republicans always have their tails between their legs. So right on, Trump. I mean, it's about time you start fighting fire with fire. I mean, yeah, it's childish, but it's appropriate in my opinion.
You know what? This always reminds me of, and thanks so much for your call. I really appreciate it. I'm going to really date myself, but way back when not Al Gore. It was Dan Quayle. Who ran against Dan Quayle for vice president? I forget the old guy. And I know that doesn't narrow it down. But they were in a debate, and Dan Quayle got shot down. And instead of coming back with a witty retort, he just said that was uncalled for, Senator. Now it's going to bother. I'm going to have to Google it in a minute. And the whole time I thought to myself, you should have come back with a zinger. That's what Dick Cheney was so great at. Do you remember Dick Cheney when he was debating Joe Lieberman? And, Joe Lieberman said, they were talking about money and that kind of thing. And Joe Lieberman said, wow, you make so much money. I should go work in the private sector. And everybody laughed. And then Dick Cheney said, well, that's exactly what we're trying to get you to do, Joe. And then everyone laughed even more. This is basically a debate. And if she's going to throw out a zinger and say, hey, you know what, Mr. President, I'm going to uninvite you to the State of the Union address until we reopen the government. Then Donald Trump's not going to sit around and take it. He's going to go, great, you're stuck in the country. Your old bones ain't going nowhere. You've got two choices, Washington or San Francisco, or you got to pay for it on your own. 855-765-1045. There is, of course, a ton of support as well.
Checkmate, President Trump. Now, Nancy, go home and unpack.
Yeah. And a lot of people saying, you know what, it is stupid, but sometimes it's what's necessary.
As far as the Democrats go, play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
If you want to, I mean, you have to, if you want to win, you've got to be playing the same game. You can't turn a cheek. You can't turn a blind eye anymore. If they're going to act like idiots, you got to do something that's going to get their attention. This is going to get their attention. Will it reopen the government? Maybe, you know what? Maybe it'll bring them back to the table. Maybe it'll bring it back. Maybe it won't. The odds are Jamie Dupree thinks this whole shutdown is going to go at least through next week and it's not because of Donald Trump. He has now given the Democrats ample opportunity. He said in this letter, stay here, join me, come negotiate. And they continue to ignore the call. So when you're a voter, or if you're a government worker, or if you're somebody who, is affected by this, if you're traveling and there's not enough TSA workers to open up all the security lines because they're calling in sick because there's no money, if you're part of the Coast Guard and you're furloughed and you can't get your money and you run a garage sale, as they suggested, if you're one of these people who is affected by this, know that Donald Trump is making every effort, inviting the Democrats to the White House, grounding their plane, saying don't go on a trip. It's not the time for vacations. It's not the time for PR stunts. It's the time to get back to work. Well, come to the White House for lunch with me. We've got some leftover burgers that the Clemson Tigers didn't eat, mostly salads. They ate a lot of the burger, but we've got some. Come sit down. We'll dine. We'll talk. We'll get this thing done. Nobody showed up. Not one. Who's to blame for the shutdown? 855-765-1045 is the number. 855-765-1045. It's the Mark K Show. Your phone calls and traffic, and we got the news and all that other stuff coming up right after this on News 104.5 WOKV.
This is News 104.5 WOKV.
For answers to questions concerning medical malpractice, visit farahandfarah.com or call 396-5555 for a free consultation. Jacksonville.
A-Coin and Stamp Gallery has money for you. That's right. A-Coin and Stamp Gallery knows there's lots of unused or unwanted jewelry sitting around collecting dust. A-Coin turns that into cash. They buy, sell, and trade coins, gold, platinum, fine jewelry, Rolex watches, guns, and more. Visit Bill Hatchett and the professionals at A-Coin, 6217 St. Augustine Road near University for the money you need. Go online to a-coin.com to see all A-Coin can do for you.
Hi, my name is Sam Sassine, Vice President of Sales.
Hi, my name is Joe Sassine, Vice President of Operations.
One thing about WOKV is it's hitting a local market. And not only that, it's hitting the listeners that we need to be doing business with.
I just don't have enough good things to say about WOKV. Great ideas, great production, and great results.
Call General Sales Manager Bob DeBloy directly at 245-8732. News 104.5 WOKV. Your business can depend on it.
This is News 104.5 WOKV, where Jacksonville turns first for breaking news, severe weather, and traffic alerts. On air, online, on every device with the WOKV app.
Live team coverage starts now.
Good morning, Jacksonville. It's 10:30, and I'm Stephen Ponson. Our top national story as the government shutdown continues. Tensions are rising among lawmakers over President Trump's decision to pull military transport from a congressional delegation trip led by the House Speaker.
House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy says House Speaker Nancy Pelosi had no business leading the delegation anyway.
Why would you leave the country with government shut down and you're Speaker of the House?
Democratic Congressman Dan Kildee.
The president is one of the smallest and pettiest people that I have come across in my 40 years of public life.
The president canceled the trip one day after Speaker Pelosi disinvited him from delivering his State of the Union address. In Washington, Rachel Sutherland, Fox News.
A soldier from Florida is among the 4 Americans killed in a suicide attack in Syria this week. 3 of the victims overall have been identified by the Defense Department. Army Chief Warrant Officer Jonathan Farmer of Boynton Beach, Navy Chief Shannon Kent of New York, and DoD civilian employee Scott Wirtz of Missouri. The Defense Department says the incident's still under investigation. 3 more troops were also
President Trump directed his former longtime lawyer Michael
This is
Cohen.
continuing news from News 104.5 WOKV.
Don't be surprised when you hear a blast in downtown Jacksonville this weekend. The old City Hall Annex is being imploded.
The plan is for 8 a.m. with horns sounding 2 minutes ahead as a warning, and when everything is done, even after the implosion, the immediate area will be closed for several hours to allow dust to settle and debris to be assessed. That includes what's bordered by Maine, Liberty, Adams, and the St. Johns River. We'll have special coverage Sunday morning as the implosion takes place. Stephanie Brown, News 104.5 WOKV.
WOKV News Times 10:32 coming up. We're going to check your drive through the South Side and more of the Mark K Show next.
Stay connected with the WOKV app. Listen to News 104.5 WOKV anytime, anywhere. Get the latest breaking news and share your thoughts using the open mic.
It's simply the best.
Download the News 104.5 WOKV app now. This is where Jacksonville turns first for breaking news, weather, and traffic. News 104.5 WOKV.
If your home was built before 1975, I have an important message you need to hear. Homes built before 1975 were built with cast iron pipes that are corroding right beneath your feet. Many homeowners are unaware, and your pipes may be decaying completely out of sight. This ticking time bomb can lead to devastating water damage to your home. Our firm is currently representing thousands of Florida homeowners to make their insurance companies pay to replace and repair their pipes. Our lawyers have successfully won money for clients to repipe their homes, but your time to file a claim may be limited. If your home was built before 1975, visit pipelawsuit.com or call us now at 800-888-1234. To find out if your home is affected, visit our website at pipelawsuit.com or call us now at 800-888-1234. Morgan & Morgan. Offices, Jacksonville.
Attention men. Are you suffering from ED or PE? Have Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra failed you? Men's Choice Medical Center can help today. Custom blended medications that are safe, effective, and affordable, even with diabetes, high blood pressure, and prostate issues. Men's Choice Medical Center. Regain your love life. Results guaranteed on your first visit or you pay nothing. Call 904-400-7200. That's 904-400-7200.
Hey, it's Mark K from the Mark K Show, and we are gearing up for March Madness. All right, WOKV listeners, are you ready? You have a chance to win tournament tickets. Today's NCAA code word is forward. Visit WOKV.com right now and enter to increase your chances. Code word forward.
It's a night of laughs with award-winning humorist Jeannie Robertson.
The teenager said he is too a nice boy. Why else would he be doing 200 hours of community service?
Saturday night, January 26th, 7:30 p.m. at the Florida Theater. Get tickets at the box office or floridatheater.com.
Honey, do you think we should Twitter? And he said, no, I'm tired.
The historic nonprofit Florida Theater is sponsored by Community First Credit Union.
As a woman, you've spent years taking care of everyone else. When you retire, it's finally your turn. And here's a little secret. Women and men have different needs and different emotions when it comes to retirement. What to do? Listen to Woman's Worth Radio each Sunday at 10 a.m. Woman's Worth founder Jeanette Bajalia believes your retirement isn't just about the money. It's about your total health. Woman's Worth Radio, Sundays at 10 a.m.
Hey, it's for us guys, too.
Listen to Woman's Worth Radio this Sunday at 10 a.m.
Men, Dr. Randolph's Ageless and Wellness Center can make you perform better than you ever have in the bedroom. Dr. Randolph recently expanded his men's health services. They don't just prescribe the same little blue pill, but provide customized solutions, including cutting-edge stem cell and acoustic wave therapy treatments to rejuvenate erectile tissue and improve blood flow. A consultation will figure out what you need to make you perform better and feel better than you ever have. We invite you to come see for yourself. You and your partner will be glad you did. Call 904-249-3743.
Now, the WOKV First Alert Forecast.
A 10 on the WOKV weather meter on this Friday. Partly sunny and mild. The afternoon high in the lower 70s. Partly cloudy into the low 50s tonight. Partly cloudy, breezy, and warm tomorrow. Your Saturday high in the upper 70s. Rain moves in overnight and continues into early Sunday. Then it'll be windy and much colder Sunday with temperatures stuck in the upper 40s to the mid 50s and lower wind chills. With your First Alert Forecast, I'm Action News Jack's Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish for News 104.5 WOKV.
Now, Safe Touch Security First Alert Traffic.
Southside drivers, the earlier crash on the East Bellway southbound after Bay Meadows is over on the right shoulder, but still causing a 5-minute delay through the area. Getting from JTB down to the 95 ramps will take you 13 minutes. Orange Park drivers on the West Beltway southbound, you're delay free. Just 10 minutes will get you from Blanding over the Buckman Bridge and to the 95 ramps in Southside. With Jacksonville's most frequent traffic, I'm Brian Riley.
Now, the three big things you need to know.
The State Department says Secretary of State Mike Pompeo is going to meet with a high North Korean official today to talk about finalizing a second summit between President Trump and Kim Jong-un. Jacksonville police are actively searching for a murder suspect who's known to frequent the Arlington area. You can see a photo of O'Neill Exantis at WOKV.com. Keep an eye out late Sunday night for a full lunar eclipse starting shortly after 10:30 with the full effect of the eclipse coming around 11:41 in Northeast Florida. It's 10:37. I'm Stephen Ponson.
I've got to get Mark K more time on the air. Be careful what you wish for, Jacksonville. You just might get it. We want us some Mark K. Where entertaining meets informative.
You make it easier to go to work knowing I get to listen to you for 2 hours a day.
Local stories, local issues.
Just call it like it is. You are standing solid on truth. I love your show, brother.
This is the Mark K Show on News 104.5 WOKV.
Yeah, it is 855-765-1045. Listen, Donald Trump was speaking in the Rose Garden to reporters just moments ago, and they asked him why he canceled Nancy Pelosi and the other Democrats' trip abroad. Here's what he said.
Enough is enough. I have had it with these mother snakes on this mother plane.
Sorry, I couldn't resist. 855-765-1045.
Mark K, what President Trump did to Nancy Pelosi was the most awesome move ever.
Yeah. Samuel L. Jackson, by the way, would make a great president if it weren't for his political beliefs. 855-765-1045. Anthony in Jacksonville, Florida. How you doing, Anthony?
Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Thanks for calling.
I was trying to put things into terms that people could understand as to what Donald Trump is trying to do with this wall. And Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah, good luck.
Nancy Pelosi, you know, she won't use the word illegal to describe illegal immigration, but yet she says this wall is immoral.
Right.
Like she's an authority on either term. So I thought, here's what we can do. We can let these poor downtrodden immigrants know who their friends are. Let's develop a universal symbol and a universal phrase so that they can know who their friends are. And I thought all the moral shopkeepers that are with Pelosi and the immigrants and all this, let them post a sign in their stores that says, every customer is welcome here. Use that catchphrase. And then you could eliminate any language barrier. Just develop a universal symbol. And the first thing that popped into my mind was that black clenched fist on the red background like they used up in Wisconsin to rally the troops. Now, they'll know that at these stores, they can walk in, they can select the merchandise they want.
Right.
No person is illegal. Then they can leave without that pesky last stop at the cash register.
Thanks so much for your call. Look, you know, it's interesting. I was reading yesterday. Somebody said, "Hey, you know, if Donald Trump wants to build the wall, he should just force everyone who's against it to pay a tax, kind of the way Obama did with Obamacare, and you get it funded pretty quickly." Look, I mean, if there are people out there that support, you know, one thought process over the other, that's fine. You are totally within your right to do so, unless, of course, you're a baker and you don't want to bake a cake for a gay wedding. That's a totally different story. But, you know, you've got these differences and you've got these debates and they're raging all through the United States of America. But the fact of the matter is you still got to get the work done. And you can't call off the State of the Union. Evidently, you can cancel the flight. But Nancy Pelosi, I mean, I agree. Look, is it petty? Is it childish? Is it a publicity stunt? Sure. But is it something that probably she shouldn't be doing anyway? Yeah, absolutely. She shouldn't be leaving the country right now. It's shut down. What kind of lawmaker doesn't postpone? If she really wanted to look good, she would have postponed her own trip and said, Mr. Trump, she should have sent a letter saying, Mr. Trump, I'm canceling my prior request for a military transport because me and my colleagues believe that staying here and negotiating with you and your team and working to get the government back open and these 800,000 people who are without pay and could go without pay for another week if we don't get our act together by next Friday. I mean, how long was she going to be gone? A trip to Brussels and to Egypt and to Afghanistan at her age, that's not a quick jaunt. You know, she's got to go there. She's got like 4 different countries that we're going to hit, come back. It's going to take her at least 2 days to recuperate. You know, I mean, look at Ruth Bader Ginsburg. She still can't get back to work. There's no way Nancy Pelosi would have been able to do this trip, come back and negotiate some kind of new budget that would be palatable to President Trump. There's no way. And Donald Trump knew that. So he took advantage of the situation. He kept her here, told her to go back to work, saved money on the fuel for the military transport, and also proved a point that if you're going to mess with me, I'm going to mess right back with you, which I don't think the Democrats are used to. Pat from Fort Myers. How are you, Pat?
Hey, buddy, this is so funny.
I know.
You should have let him go there and then say, oops, I'm not going to give you the airplane to come back until you sign for the wall, and then just leave them there indefinitely.
See, a couple of people have suggested that, like, hey, why not cancel the return trip? That's the better way to go. And I mean, I want the wall, you want a plane ticket home. That's definitely. I don't think. I mean, you know what? Maybe it's something he could have done. Maybe he was talked out of it. Maybe Ivanka rolled in and said, "Dad, cancel the plane entirely. Don't leave them in the desert with a bunch of Afghanistan freedom fighters and God knows who else, ISIS, and what? You just let them. Just don't let them go at all." 855-765-1045 is there's a lot of Donald Trump. And this is the thing too. I always see, because I always hear people talk about how Donald Trump is so unpopular, and this is hurting his popularity, and Donald Trump's going to suffer at the polls in 2020. But there was a basketball team. There was a basketball game, a high school basketball game, and it went viral because there were students there who were sitting in the bleachers, and they unveiled a Trump 2020 banner, and they just draped it across their laps, and someone on the opposing team on the other side took a picture and sent it out or tweeted it out, whatever, went viral. It was in Minneapolis Roosevelt High School questioned why on Wednesday young fans at his team's road game in Jordan prominently displayed a flag promoting the re-election of President Donald Trump during Tuesday night's contest. There is now a major investigation into why the superintendent is involved, the school district is involved. They say, "We regret the Roosevelt players and their coaching staff, fans, and community were made to feel uncomfortable, as it is always our intent to graciously host our opponents. Reviewing this matter and collecting information and working cooperatively with the Minneapolis School District and Roosevelt High School in our review and response to this event." This event. Students bringing a Donald Trump 2020 flag to a basketball game is an event, quote unquote. It wasn't a protest. They weren't holding up signs that say, F word Donald Trump or F word Democrats or whatever. They didn't have any kind of weird sign. They weren't making any kind of political points. They were holding up a flag that said Trump 2020. And now it's a huge ordeal. When was the last time high school students were this involved in politics? I mean, should we not just be excited that Donald Trump and the Republican Party has inspired high school kids to get involved in politics? I mean, I know so many people that couldn't even tell you who the president and vice president were when they were in high school. I knew when I was in high school, nobody watched press conferences. Granted, we didn't have YouTube. We couldn't stream them live on our phones. We didn't have phones either. But, God, those days sucked. Anyway, the fact that Donald Trump can inspire this whole new younger generation to not just be involved in politics, but be supportive of his point of view shows that his popularity is not waning and is not going. It's like Kanye West. Kanye West is out there every single day saying, we're leaving the plantation. You can't keep us down. We are not stupid. We understand that Donald Trump fights for everybody. We understand that Donald Trump has the mentality that Americans and African Americans and Latino Americans and anyone who is American is entitled to the same benefits and the same economic viability and the same protection. And that's all he's trying to do. And, his popularity is waning. And nothing's going to stop it. Not canceling his State of the Union address, not keeping the government shut down, not a BuzzFeed article that claims he got Michael Cohen to lie to Congress. Did you hear about this? You know what? We got to take a break. We'll get to this next. 855-765-1045. This is the Mark Kaye Show. Quick break. We'll be right back on News 104.5 WOKV.
Don't want to miss a minute of the fun of the Mark Kaye Show? Listen live everywhere you go in the News 104.5 WOKV app. This is the Mark Kaye Show.
Now, the three big things you need to know. 3
3.
Day 28 of the partial government shutdown, and Washington insider Jamie Dupree says there seems to be little hope on Capitol Hill to end the shutdown anytime soon.
2.
Along Bay Street in downtown Jacksonville, the old City Hall annex is set to come down this Sunday morning at 8. See what you need to know before the blast at WOKV.com.
1.
The Jacksonville Humane Society is opening up their pet food bank to families who've been impacted by the partial government shutdown. They say you can come by to their warehouse on Foster Drive on Saturday from 10 to noon.
The only station in Jacksonville that alerts you about severe weather every 90 seconds. When you hear these tones, WOKV First Alert Storm Center has been activated to keep you and your family safe and informed. This is where Jacksonville turns first for severe weather. News 104.5 WOKV.
Is your business on the rise? Each week, one local business will be highlighted as the WOKV Business of the Week. Northeast Florida's most important media outlet is searching for businesses on the rise. To learn more and to nominate a business, go to WOKV.com and click on the Business of the Week tab. This week's Business of the Week is Estes Heating and Air Conditioning. You can find them online at airbyestes.com.
Repairing and replacing your roof can be stressful, but you can count on quality, honesty, and dependability when you hire Jack C. Wilson Roofing. Your experience is stress-free. JackCWilsonRoofing.com. Jack C. Wilson Roofing Company, the first name in Jacksonville roofing.
Hey, it's Mark K from The Mark K Show. Couple things. First of all, thanks so much for making WOKV your #1 station. And thank you for tuning in to The Mark K Show, the fastest growing talk show in Jacksonville. And that's not fake news. I want to return the favor. I want to help you grow your business too. So let's work together. Contact General Sales Manager Bob DeBloy at 245-8732. That's 245-8732. Get your business growing by teaming up with me, Mark K, and The Mark K Show. Call 245-8732. That's 245-8732.
It's Rich Jones. Investing in today's economic environment may not be for the faint of heart. With a market correction possibly around the corner, you want a place where you can feel your money is safe, but still earn a strong return on your investment. Don Wenner, CEO of DLP Capital, is here to provide that option.
At DLP Capital, we know that a market correction is inevitable. So we have invested a lot of time and energy helping our investors prepare and minimize the volatility of the market's effect on their investments. We invest in real assets at DLP with a strategy that has very little volatility and we feel is extremely well positioned for the next market downturn. In fact, in our entire history, we have never seen our returns decrease below our targeted returns, have never distributed less than a 9% annual return to investor partners in any of our investment funds.
Dial **invest on your mobile phone or visit highyieldreturns.net to start doubling your money today. That's *invest on your cell phone or visit highyieldreturns.net.
An investment's past performance is not indicative of future results, and not all investments are suitable for every investor. All investments present risk, which in some cases could include your principal investment. Investors are advised to fully review and understand the investment materials and seek the advice of a financial and tax advisor.
It's a new day. I'm Daniel Davis, President and CEO of the Jacks Chamber. Northeast Florida has entered a new era of job creation and broad-based economic opportunity. With the state's economic rebound, our unparalleled natural resources, and the collaboration among the 7 counties in the Jacksonville region, our future has never been so bright. Please join me at the Chamber as we build a business climate where all can grow. Call 904-366-6636 or visit myjackschamber.com.
Help wipe out colon cancer by joining Borland Groover at the March to Get Screened 5K March 31st in downtown Jacksonville. This 5K and 1 mile fun run is to raise awareness for colon cancer and raise funds to support colon cancer research, education, and financial assistance. There'll be an award ceremony with prizes for the top runners, a post-race party, and more. Sign up or join a team at marchtogetscreened.com. Together, let's end colon cancer.
WOKV FM Atlantic Beach. Powered by New South Factory Direct Windows. Listen everywhere in the WOKV app. News 104.5 WOKV, a Cox Media Group station.
What does building a better bank look like? It starts with building Capital One cafes, warm, inviting places that feel nothing like a typical bank, where you can open an account with no fees or minimums in 5 minutes. And you'll always find people ready to help you, not sell you. Welcome to Banking Reimagined. What's in your wallet?
For consumers only. Offered by Capital One and a member FDIC. Cafes available in select locations. Copyright 2018 Capital One.
Even in my own home, I had my own designated space to smoke. If I think about it, it really was like I was punishing myself. A friend of mine said, why wouldn't you just try the Juul? And so I went out and I bought one. The idea of going back to smoking, I couldn't even imagine doing that. I don't think anyone, including myself, thought that I could switch.
Carolyn made the switch October 2016. Make the switch at JUUL.com. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Now, the WOKV First Alert Forecast.
A mild end to the work week. Partly sunny skies today and nice, near or a bit above 70 degrees this afternoon at 10 on the WOKV weather meter. Partly cloudy into the low 50s tonight and a breezy and warm Saturday. It'll be partly cloudy with temperatures soaring into the upper 70s. Rain will move in overnight. It'll be followed by a windy, much colder Sunday with some lingering showers early on. Temperatures, though, in the 40s and 50s all day long. From the First Alert Weather Center, I'm Action News Jax Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish for News 104.5 WOKV.
Now, Safe Touch Security First Alert Traffic.
St. Johns County drivers, there's a crash on I-95 northbound in between International Golf Parkway and County Road 210. It's blocking the right lane. Be sure to merge to the left early and give yourself an extra 8 minutes getting through the area. On the East Beltway southbound, there's still a minor delay from an earlier crash after Bay Meadows. 9 minutes will get you from JTB down to the 95 ramps. With Jacksonville's most frequent traffic, I'm Brian Riley.
Hey, it's Mark K from the Mark K Show. It's time for another Mark K LOL live on location. January 25th, I'll be at Main Event on Phillips Highway. Everyone that comes to watch my show gets free lunch, a free game card, and free bowling. But you have to RSVP on WOKV.com. I'll see you at Main Event January 25th for the Mark K Show LOL. That is next Friday. That only gives you 7 days to go get your invitation to come and bowl and eat and party with us at Main Event for the Mark K Show LOL. And God knows what's going to happen with Donald Trump and Nancy Pelosi. But if you missed it, Donald Trump canceled her grounded her 1 hour to go. They were loading up on the buses. All these Congress people. The buses were idling outside the office building. They were ready to get on that plane. And Donald Trump said, "Hey, you know what? We're going to cancel this trip. Sorry."
Nancy Pelosi denied the airplane. Trump it up. You gotta love it. You gotta love that Trump.
I don't know who that guy is, but I get all my news from him. Just FYI. Just FYI.
Enough is enough. I have had it with these mother snakes on this mother plane.
What a great day today, isn't it? 855-765-1045. We got a couple phone calls, but first, we're bringing onto the program for the first time the other Josh, who has been, now that we're live on Facebook, we're monitoring all the Facebook comments, and you guys are very vocal on Facebook. Some of you are making comments we can't read on the radio, but some of you are making comments that are really fantastic. So the other Josh, welcome to the show. What are people saying on Facebook?
Hi, Mark. Hi, Facebook. Denise Paulzone is saying that she loves the Mark K Show. You make her laugh so much that she has tears in her eye.
Oh, that's fantastic. Are we sure they're tears of joy?
Oh, we haven't had a follow-up question yet. We reached out and we're waiting for Denise's response.
All right, what else?
Vaughn Winfrey wants to say that it's not petty to point out that you don't use military transportation for a trip during government shutdown when you have work to do. He said it's not petty. He made a valid point.
That's a great point. All right, give me one more.
Sam Parker finally wants to know the dying question. You look good today. Who does your hair?
All right, perfect. Thanks. 855-765-1045. Or if you want your comments read in the dulcet tones of the other Josh, you can leave them on Facebook. Let's go to Chris in Green Cove Springs. Hi, Chris. How are you?
I'm doing good. I love what Trump did for multiple reasons. One, it's not petty at all. Yes, she needs to be staying here and doing the work and negotiating. But two, Congress is in session. The House is in session. She doesn't need to be taking a junket for PR garbage to go over there. They should be working on, well, let's say, a budget and some other things that, we pay for them to be up there to get this stuff done.
Yeah.
Why are they taking this gallivanting tour around while the House is in session? There's plenty of time when the House is not in session when they can do things like that.
I mean, the House is it seems like there's a third of the year they're not in session. You're right about that. And it seems to me like if this was a PR trip, and thanks for the call, we appreciate it. Oh, if this was a PR trip, what kind of PR are you getting by leaving the country and not doing your job when there's a shutdown? How many people would be annoyed? Half of me thinks Donald Trump should have let her go and then said Nancy Pelosi's out, around trying to garner support for blah, blah. She's not even here doing her job. But, I mean, canceling her plane an hour before, it's a bolder move by all means. And I think I just love it so much. Bill in Jacksonville, how are you?
Good. How are you doing this morning, Mark?
Hey, we're good, Bill. What do you think? What do you want to say about this whole thing?
Well, I get so tired of listening to the Democrats talk about how they're all for border security, but they think that they can control the border by drones and by sensors and all this other high-tech stuff. But the bottom line is that's solving a problem after the illegals have gotten here. And if the people don't know that when an illegal gets here, he gets all kinds of rights, and there's all kinds of stuff in our immigration policy that forces us to spend millions of dollars on that person. I mean, they're going to be detained, then they're going to be transported to a detention center. They're going to be given medical care. They're going to be given food and shelter. Where they go in front of people that are going to try and ascertain their background. They even have to do DNA tests on their kids if the kids are traveling with them to make sure that the kids even belong to them.
Yeah.
I mean, we spend millions of dollars, and the Democrats are all for that because they know eventually these people are going to be released into our system to come back at a later date. And they disappear and they become one of the 12 million.
Yeah.
The only thing that stops, and I've asked people, what technology is out there that'll stop an illegal immigrant from setting 1 foot on U.S. soil? And there's only one answer, and that's a wall.
That is true. That is the ultimate in illegal immigration stoppage technology. The wall. The drones won't do it. I don't know. You can take out a drone with a shotgun. Or a high-powered rifle, which I think that was more a high-powered. Whatever, it doesn't matter. If you throw a rock hard enough, those drones, they'll come right down. You know, they'll have the battery. My kid one time, we were controlling the drone, and it went so far up in the air, we lost radio contact, and it disappeared. We had to drive around the neighborhood for like 20 minutes looking for that thing. We never found it. Where were we going with this? It doesn't matter. We got to take a break. 855-765-1045. A wall. That's the only technology around that will stop people dead in their tracks. 855-765-1045. Quick break. More of the Mark K Show coming up on News 104.5 WOKV.
Hours without visiting the bathroom. Now it seems like you're constantly getting up to pee, and you're even getting up at night to go. This is not okay. Listen, the makers of Super Beta Prostate, the #1 prostate formula, are introducing a new wonder pill, Super Beta Prostate P3 Advanced, with 3 key ingredients that are great for your prostate. It's like taking 3 prostate supplements in one. To celebrate, we're sending free bottles to men who want to cut down on bathroom trips. Yes, your first 30-day supply is free. Pay shipping and handling. Call 1-800-215-1792. Early research suggests that an ingredient in P3 Advanced may help support a normal prostate size. Combine that with a reduction in urges to pee, and you have a formula you'd be crazy not to try. Get P3 Advanced free. Call 1-800-215-1792. 1-800-215-1792. 1-800-215-1792. This is News 104.5 WOKV, where Jacksonville turns first for breaking news, severe weather, and traffic alerts. On air, online, on every device with the WOKV app.
Live team coverage starts now.
Good morning, Jacksonville. It's 11 o'clock, and I'm Stephen Ponson. Our top national story, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's canceling a trip to Afghanistan and accusing the White House of leaking her plans to fly commercially to the country. This a day after President Trump canceled military transportation for the House Speaker's trip, as well as his delegation to go to the World Economic Forum in Switzerland. A spokesperson for the Speaker says they canceled because they were told by the State Department that flying commercially was a security risk. This back and forth comes on the 28th day of the partial government shutdown. The White House hasn't responded to the accusation yet. It's warmer today, and that continues through tomorrow, according to Action News Jack's chief meteorologist Mike Burrish. Mike says we'll get rain Saturday night from a storm system system that's bringing intense winter weather to many other states. Then
it'll be windy and much colder on Sunday, with temperatures stuck in the 40s and 50s all day long with lower wind chills, despite breaking out into some sunshine in the afternoon.
The chill continues through your Martin Luther King Jr. holiday Monday.
Breaking news first. This is continuing news from News 104.5 WOKV.
Hundreds of migrants in a new caravan are waiting to legally get into Mexico under a new policy set up by that government.
The registered migrants that want to go legally into Mexico in the next few days have bracelets, and that is where the distrust with the Mexican government comes, because when the caravan traveled last October, one of the things they feared, in addition to gangs, was that they would be deported by Mexican immigration officials.
That's Fox's Griff Jenkins reporting. WOKV News Time is 11:02. Coming up, we're going to check your drive if you're coming in from St. Johns County, and more of the Mark Case Show next.
The debate rages on.
They're coming to our border and they're saying, we expect you to take care of us.
This is national security. Use the open mic inside the News 104.5 app and let your voice be heard.
There should be no walls, no borders.
Fund the wall and stop the blame game.
This is where Jacksonville turns first for ongoing coverage of the partial government shutdown. News 104.5 WOKV.
Hey, WOKV listeners, Brian Kilmeade here. I know there's a lot of fake news out there when it comes to hard water and no salt water softeners. You must go to a source you can trust. In Jacksonville, the source to trust that actually removes hardness in your water, that ruins appliances and fixtures, is Affordable Water. Affordable Water has well-trained crews, and can you believe this? They actually answer when you call. I tried it myself, and you should too. Call 904-262-0197. License number W32.
Visit AffordableWaterJacks.com today.
From shredding to printing, the UPS store does everything for small business. And of course, shipping. And this holiday, when the other guys are closing, we're doing another ing altogether, opening. So while we're busy notarizing and faxing, consulting and mailboxing, packing and shipping, well, they're not really doing much of any ing. Opening this holiday, the UPS store. Every ing for small business. And of course, shipping. The UPS store franchise locations are independently owned and operated. Services, pricing, and hours may vary. See Center for details.
Hello, I'm Joe Cordell of the domestic litigation firm Cordell & Cordell. At Cordell & Cordell, we encourage our clients to participate, to recognize how essential their role in this process is. They've got to be willing to help us help them. And by working jointly in a sort of partnership, we're more likely to get the best possible outcome for our clients. And that's really the standard that our clients can fairly hold us to, is what is the best possible outcome for them. So clients who are facing divorce need to recognize that for them to succeed, they need a partnership between them and their attorney. By the way, unless you're in Missouri or Illinois, I'm not licensed in your state, but that's okay. Our attorneys in your state are.
Contact the domestic litigation firm of Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Jacksonville area attorneys, a partner men can count on. Online at CordellCordell.com. That's CordellCordell.com.
Cordell & Cordell, Jacksonville, Florida. Lisa Cargas, Florida resident partner. Announcers are not licensed attorneys.
Wakeoff's AC brings you the 5-day forecast. When your AC breaks, they get there fast.
Now, the WOKV First Alert Forecast.
A 10 on the WOKV weather meter on this Friday. Partly sunny and mild. The afternoon high in the lower 70s. Partly cloudy into the low 50s tonight. Partly cloudy, breezy, and warm tomorrow. Your Saturday high in the upper 70s. Rain moves in overnight and continues into early Sunday. Then it'll be windy and much colder Sunday with temperatures stuck in the upper 40s to the mid 50s and lower wind chills. With your First Alert Forecast, I'm Action News Jack's Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish for News 104.5 WOKV.
Now, Safe Touch Security First Alert Traffic.
St. Johns County drivers, there's a crash on I-95 northbound in between International Golf Parkway and County Road 210. It's blocking the right lane, backing traffic up. Give yourself an extra 11 minutes to get through the area. And on the West Beltway southbound, there's a crash on the Buckman Bridge before the hump. It's blocking the left lane. Now getting from Blanding over the Buckman Bridge and to the 95 ramps will take you 14 minutes. With Jacksonville's most frequent traffic, I'm Brian Riley.
Now, the 3 big things you need to know.
Jacksonville city leaders are highlighting some resources available for local families affected by the partial government shutdown. We've got those for you at WOKV.com. 2 Democratic House Committee chairmen say they'll investigate a report which claims President Trump ordered his former lawyer, Michael Cohen, to lie to Congress about talks to build a Trump Tower in Moscow. If you're going to be in downtown Jacksonville Sunday morning, heads up. The old City Hall Annex is set to be imploded at 8 in the morning. It's 11:05. I'm Stephen Ponson.
I've got to get Mark K more time on the air.
Be careful what you wish for, Jacksonville. You just might get it.
We want us some Mark K.
Where entertaining meets informative.
You make it easier to go to work knowing I get to listen to you for 2 hours a day.
Local stories, local issues.
Just call it like it is. You are standing solid on truth. I love your show, brother.
This is the Mark K Show on News 104.5 WOKV.
By the way, if you haven't yet downloaded our mobile app, it's really easy to do. It's in the Google Play Store, it's in the iTunes Store, and there's this feature called the Open Mic. And what we do is we basically allow you to record a message, a digital message, high quality, up to 30 seconds. You hit a button, you send it right here to the studio, and it's great for two reasons. Number one, it sounds better than your crappy old cell phone. I don't know what's wrong with cell phone service. Number two, you don't get I can't interrupt you while you're talking. And number three, we'll play it on the air. We got a bunch of people commenting on Donald Trump's, like, basically taking me. You want to take back my State of the Union? I'm going to take back your freaking plane, lady. Basically told Nancy Pelosi and her delegation that they couldn't go to Afghanistan and Brussels and Egypt like they had been planning to do because they were going to use a military transport. And he doesn't feel like this is the appropriate time. Donald Trump said you should stay here and help join the Secure Border Society. Let's get this thing going. Let's get the government open. Let's get the border built. And a lot of you. Lindsey Graham's not a fan. He's saying everyone's being sophomoric. I feel like Lindsey Graham is getting soft again. I feel like, you know what, you got to get on if you're going to get on this train, you got to ride it all freaking the way home. Otherwise, you just can't be as wishy-washy as he is. But everyone else seems pretty solid with Donald Trump's decision not to let Nancy Pelosi use the plane. A decision I'd like to point out he did in retaliation to her sophomoric prank of threatening to pull the State of the Union address.
It doesn't matter what the Democrats do. Donald Trump is not going to be affected, and he will be reelected.
Not affected and reelected. I'll be honest with you. I think he is going to be affected, but in a positive way. I think that the Democrats doing these shady things are going to affect the American. Look, nobody likes a bully, and who's more of a bully than Nancy Pelosi? I know it's weird because she looks like somebody's great-grandmother or grandfather. I know it's weird to think that this little old lady who can barely string together a sentence would be a bully, but that's exactly what she's doing. She's using her power, or trying to, and she's trying to get her way, and she's trying to elicit her will over somebody else, and not just one person, the entire country. You know, there's a whole half a country who wants this border wall and understands that it's necessary for our sanctity and our security and our economic and financial health and the future of our kids. That's a given. I mean, half the country voted for Donald Trump, right? So you're turning your back on half the country. But she's the bully here, and the lesson we're learning is that the best way to bully a bully, or the best way to stand up to a bully, is to bully the bully. Right? Something like, anyway, it doesnthem matter.
Trump made my whole day by stopping Nancy from getting on the bus.
Stop them. Yeah, it was a plane, but I don't think Nancy rode the bus. I think something tells me that the other Democrats get on the bus, and the other Democrat. I don't think Nancy Pelosi's riding any buses. That's just she's not riding any planes today either.
When Nancy jabs, Donald uppercuts. It's a win for the Republicans every time.
Look, most of America is sick and tired of government, period. They're sick and tired of government, dragging their feet and neglecting the little guy. They're sick and tired of the government, taking the money and just doing what they think is right, not what we want them to do. Everybody's sick and tired. Nobody thinks the government is on their side. And Donald Trump is he's proving that Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, the Republican Party, for the most part, none of these people are on your side. That's why he went there, to prove that these people are all swamp dwellers. They're just there for their own selfish reasons. They're just there so that they can go to Puerto Rico on and get these fantastic trips paid for by all of these special interests. Next time, I can't wait till 2020 and somebody accuses Donald Trump or some Republican of kowtowing to the special interests, because there are tons of bikini pics of Democratic congresspeople, just having a fantastic time over Christmas when the government was shut down. 855-765-1045.
President Trump is like Samoa Fair. He is everywhere.
I didn't understand what he said, but it sounded great. 855-765-1045. This is Chris in Fleming Island. Chris, thanks for holding. What do you want to say?
Mark, our president has really screwed the pooch on this one.
You think so?
He really has.
Most definitely. He should have let her travel. Yes, and cancel the return trip.
Thank you. Okay, we've heard that joke a lot today. Hey, thanks so much. Thanks. We got it. Let her cancel the return flight. You don't have to call in with it. Thank you. I appreciate it. And Joe from Bay Meadows, how are you?
I'm doing all right, Mark.
Good. Are you calling to tell me that he should have canceled the return flight?
I agree with not letting them leave, but I had a new technology idea for the wall.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
The wall. Let's just put automatic machine guns on top of 100-foot tall poles about every 500 yards. And when you see Jose and Juan and all them laying out there getting pegged by...
All right, hang on for 1 second. This is going. It's Friday, folks. Ken in Jacksonville, how are you?
All right, how are you?
Hey, we're good, Ken. What do you want to say?
It's about Senator Scott.
I do the same thing, dude. It's tough to say. What do you want to say about Senator Scott?
Well, everybody should get behind that bill. Why should they get paid for not doing their job that caused all this?
Yeah.
Years.
We talked about this yesterday, and this is something that I believe is very popular. And I hope, it seems like it's just common sense. It seems like it's something that should happen. But the fact that it does seem like common sense, and the fact that somebody as intelligent and thoughtful as Governor Scott is Senator Scott is co-sponsoring it, just proves, I know it's going to take me a year. It just proves that, it's not going to happen. And that is what Senator Scott and Senator Braun yesterday announced. They said, we're co-sponsoring a bill that says if the government is shut down in any way, shape, or form, any part of the government is shut down, then Congress doesn't get paid either. And it makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense to me, makes a lot of sense to you, which means it'll never pass. Stephanie in St. John's, how are you, Stephanie? Thanks so much for calling the Mark K Show. What do you want to say?
Yeah, I operate the drones for Homeland Security, and you had made a comment that they could be shot down with a shotgun, but these drones are operating above 18,000 feet, so there's no way they're going to be shot down. But okay, you're right. Your drones are better than my drones. My drone, you could swing a broom at and it'll come crashing down. Wait a minute, you operate drones for Homeland Security? I'm a sensor operator, yes.
Wow, and they fly at 18,000 feet. All right, well, that's good to know.
But I was telling your person that answered the phone, we consider us the 20,000-foot wall. But as a camera operator, we have radar that pick up people coming across, and we'll go and we'll find these groups coming across, and we'll send our Border Patrol agents out there. But they could already be 20, 30, 40, 100 miles away.
Yeah.
And it's not like they're driving from where they're at straight to where these people are at. I mean, there are fences and roads and things that they have to go around. So it could take hours to get these Border Patrol agents, 2 or 3 guys in a truck trying to capture, 30 guys running through the desert at night. I mean, it's impossible.
Yeah.
So, I believe that we totally need the wall. And, some people have said we need more Border Patrol agents. And, these guys are overworked. I've watched them chase guys through the desert for hours, just running circles and going down and hiding and all kinds of stuff. It's really dangerous out there.
All right,
so there's just no way that, we don't need the wall. We definitely need the wall.
Stephanie, let me ask you a question, because I have 2 questions, actually, since you work for Homeland Security. Number one, are you currently furloughed, or are you still working?
I am an exemption, so I'm working but not getting paid.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we appreciate you doing that. And second of all, can you come and take aerial photography of my house in case I want to sell it?
Let me think. Is it in Texas?
No.
No.
All right, sorry, bummer. I guess you're right. I guess they don't have a lot of illegal immigration drones flying around Jacksonville, Florida right now. That's a good point. Hey, thanks so much for calling. We appreciate it. 855-765-1045 is the number. 855-765-1045 is the number. Okay, so you can't shoot down the wall drones with a shotgun. But if your pesky neighbor could gets his drone flying in your daughter's window, shotgun works just fine. Quick break. We'll be right back. It's the Mark K Show on News 104.5 WOKV.
What is relevant, informative, entertaining, connected, funny, and interactive? Well, he checks most of those boxes. This is the Mark K Show on News 104.5 WOKV.
Now, the three big things you need to know.
Washington insider Jamie Dupree reports there seems to be little hope on Capitol Hill that the partial government shutdown will be resolved anytime soon. Saying they had no choice, Tesla CEO Elon Musk says the company will be cutting its staff by about 7%. We're working to learn the extent of any injuries after a person was sent to the hospital after getting hit by a car near First Coast High School this morning.
Traffic's bad enough on normal days.
I was probably about 15 minutes behind.
It's bad.
The WOKV Advantage, first alert traffic every 6 minutes in the morning. We're helping you avoid the delays, find the alternates, and get to work on time. This is where Jacksonville turns first for traffic. News 104.5 WOKV.
I can give you a brand new kitchen in days, not weeks, not months. Hi, I'm Jeff Martin from Martin Appliance and Greystone Kitchens with my secret formula for your new kitchen. Quick and easy and economical. 90% of new cabinets today are painted, modern colors, crisp and clean. 90% of new countertops are granite or quartz, impeccably stylish, incredibly functional. Our secret? We swap your counters and refinish your cabinets to the color of your choice at a fraction of the cost. None of the hassle and done in days. Call Greystone Kitchens at 213-9100 for your secret solution. Come see us on Phillips Highway across from Regal Cinema. That's Greystone Kitchens and Martin Appliance. New kitchen, new appliances. And if you want new cabinets, I can do that too. I'm a licensed contractor, for crying out loud. Florida State License CGC 1526479.
What you see is what you get. Martin Appliance Family.
Hi, this is Dale Murray at Murray Ford Superstore in Stark and Kingsland. The rankings are out and the customer's still number one. Because at Murray Ford Superstore, it's all about you. It's worth going the distance at Murray Ford Superstore. And we prove it every day with our 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified new or pre-owned vehicle. Shazam! Don't jump off sides with those big city dealers and pay those big city prices. With our unbeatable customer service and our huge selection of brand new Fords, there's no need to shop anywhere else. It's simple. If Murray Ford doesn't have it, Ford doesn't build it. And we'll trade anything from old Nike gear to a case of beer. Now that's a touchdown. Shazam! Be American, buy Murray Ford Superstores. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come tailgate with me, Dale Murray, in Stark or Kingsland. I'll be waiting for you. And remember, at any Murray Superstore, it's all about you. Shazam!
I started my business in 1986 and began paying employees. I would handwrite checks and say, here you go. Don't cash it until Tuesday. That came to a screeching halt when a teenage employee said his dad wanted to see his pay stub. Pay stub? We don't have pay stubs. Get back to work. He said, Dad works for the government and state law requires I receive a pay stub. Uh-oh. Hi, I'm Mike Capel, CEO of Patriot Software. After many emergency calls, I learned how to correctly withhold payroll taxes and create pay stubs. I avoided handcuffs and an orange jumpsuit that day, barely. That's why I created Patriot Software, to help small business owners do their payroll taxes correctly with pay stubs. And if you need help, we will help you for free. Go to patriotsoftware.com and enter promo code RADIO, and I'll give you 2 months of payroll processing free. That's patriotsoftware.com.
Do you have glaucoma or high eye pressure? Are you forced to use daily eye drops? If so, this message may be for you. Local doctors are conducting a clinical research study of an investigational dropless therapy, and they're looking for participants right here in this area. To qualify, you must have glaucoma or high eye pressure in both eyes and have not had surgery for your glaucoma. If you qualify, you'll receive study medication at no cost, along with study-related exams by an eye doctor throughout the study. No insurance is needed, and there's no cost to participate. Compensation is available for your time and travel, but space is limited. To see if you qualify, call 844-3-MY-EYES or visit myeyecarestudy.com. If you have glaucoma or high eye pressure, don't miss out on this exciting clinical research study. Call 844-3-MY-EYES or visit myeyecarestudy.com. That's 844-3-MY-EYES or visit myeyecarestudy.com. Now, the WOKV First Alert Forecast.
A mild Friday under partly sunny skies today. Highs in the lower 70s. It's a 10 on the WOKV weather meter. Partly cloudy, low to mid 50s tonight, and increasing cloudiness. Breezy and warm tomorrow. Your Saturday high soars into the upper 70s. Then we'll have a period of fairly heavy rain tomorrow night, but it won't last long. And then Sunday's windy and much colder. Break out into some afternoon sun, but temperatures stuck in the upper 40s to mid 50s throughout the day. From the First Alert Weather Center, I'm Action News Jax Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish for News 104.5 WOKV.
Now, Safe Touch Security First Alert Traffic.
St. Johns County drivers, their earlier crash on I-95 northbound in between International Golf Parkway and County Road 210 has been pushed over to the right shoulder, but still some lingering delays. Give yourself an extra 5 minutes to get through the area. And on the West Beltway southbound, there's a crash on the Buckman Bridge before the hump. It's blocking the left lane. Now getting from Blanding over the Buckman Bridge and to the 95 ramps will take you 16 minutes. This report is brought to you by Racetrack. Racetrack's coffee is so fresh you can smell it from here. Head over to Racetrack for a freshly ground, freshly brewed cup of coffee. With Racetrack's new coffee machines, all you have to do is press the button and watch the freshness fall right before your eyes. Racetrack, whatever gets you going. With Jacksonville's most frequent traffic, I'm Brian Riley.
You're very busy, but you want to stay informed. That's why you listen for WOKV's 3 big things you need to know. On air every 15 minutes. Plus, in the WOKV app. And now, in your email. It's free every morning. To sign up, click the newsletter button on WOKV.com or in the WOKV app.
Trump made my whole day by stopping Nancy from getting on the bus.
President Trump slapped the crown off of Princess Pelosi's head. I couldn't be more happy about this, and I hope he keeps it up.
Mark K. last night, about 5 o'clock, as we're laughing, our, you know what's off, my husband and I put back up our Happy Trump Year banner, and it's huge.
No plane for you. Next!
Thank you very much. So some of our open mic messages we've been getting all day long about Nancy Pelosi. So there's breaking news now. Nancy Pelosi is not taking this in a jocular fashion. Somebody who started the fight now is just not happy that it has continued. She's accusing Donald Trump and his administration of leaking her plans for a congressional delegation to fly commercial to Afghanistan after they were denied military aircraft, saying the related security risks have forced them to postpone the trip. The White House adamantly denied the leak allegation, calling it a flat-out lie, and President Trump seemed to stand by his original decision a day earlier to revoke the military aircraft, citing the need to negotiate a shutdown resolution. Now, this is all, they're pointing to a tweet, of course, where Donald Trump tweeted, "Why would Nancy Pelosi leave the country with other Democrats on a 7-day excursion when 800,000 great people are not getting paid? Also, could somebody please explain to Nancy and her big donors in wine country that people working on farms, quote, grapes, will have easy access in?" So it's kind of all over. He's got a lot more words he can work with now. But basically, Nancy Pelosi saying that he let everybody know where I was going. And when he canceled the military aircraft, he said, yes, you can fly commercial. And that puts everybody at risk because now everybody that wants to do harm to Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats, and I imagine that's a pretty lengthy list, knows that they're going to be flying commercial to Brussels and Egypt and Afghanistan. It seems to me like somebody can dish it out, but just can't seem to take it at all. Her name, by the way, is Nancy Pelosi. 855-765-1045 and in Ormond Beach. And good to talk to you. How are you today? What'd you want to say?
I love your show. Thanks much.
Oh, thank you.
And I'm full support of President Trump. And despite the failure for the mainstream media to report all the wonderful things that we benefit as Americans by because of his presidency, I have to say it shows like yours and others. And of course, you know, he tweets. We love it. We get online, we find out what's going on more than what we might see in the mainstream media for sure. But I just want to say this. I think that at every turn, Trump's tactics and the way he conducts himself and the way so many people see him, what happens is the Democrats and the underhanded left, all that corruption is being more and more exposed to all of us. And I think he's going to have even more votes in 2020, and I say Trump 2020 all the way.
All right. Hey, thanks so much for your call, and we appreciate always nice chatting with you. Mark in St. Augustine. How are you, Mark?
I'm doing very well. Congratulations on the extra hour. During the State of the Union, being that Trump is, shall we say, unconventional, I think he should bring out a TV screen and play the clips of Pelosi, Schumer, Mr. Obama, and Hillary all saying that they support the wall, and then invite Nancy up to explain why she's saying no to the wall now.
Yeah, and a little audio-visual presentation. Before I start the State of the Union, I have an audio-visual presentation I'd like to share. And he could put the screen up wheel it right in front of Nancy Pelosi, because don't forget, she's going to be sitting behind him at the State of the Union. That traditionally, the Speaker of the House and the Vice President of the United States, the President of the Senate, they sit behind the President as he delivers his address. Which, I mean, in a way, think about that. We're all going to have to stare at Nancy Pelosi for 90 minutes. So maybe, in a way, canceling the State of the Union may not be a bad thing, at least for those of us watching at home. Frank in Jacksonville, how are you?
Well, and you?
Doing great, man. Happy Friday. What'd you want to say, Frank?
Well, I mean, my frustration is that last spending bill that Trump signed before the November election.
Yeah.
It increased the federal deficit $1 trillion. And that didn't fund the wall. When you're talking, $5 billion out of $1 trillion. To me, why are we even here? Why did our deficit go up $1 trillion and the wall not get funded when the Republicans controlled the House, both houses, and the White House? And to me, the bigger question, Mark, is if you go, the Republicans have controlled both houses now for 8 years. Two of the last years of the initial Obama administration, 4 years of the Obama administration, and 2 years of the first 2 years of the Trump administration. During that time period, during that 8 years, the Republicans have controlled both houses. The federal deficit has increased $7.9 trillion. So explain to me again, and I'll take your answer off air, what is the difference between a Democrat and a Republican? And I enjoy your show. Thank you.
Oh, hey, man, he was out there. And that's a big, long, very intricate question. And unfortunately, we have to take a break. so I'll do the news. We'll do the traffic. I'll Google some information. I'll get you your answer here in just a minute. Hey, thanks so much for the call. It's the Mark K Show. We'll be right back on News 104.5 WOKV.
This is News 104.5 WOKV.
On February 17th, the stage will be set for racing's greatest day, the Daytona 500. A day that delivers four-wide excitement, legendary moments, and unforgettable finishes. A day that keeps you on the edge of your seat and that you'll remember forever. The greatest race awaits. Experience the thrill of the Daytona 500 in person. Guarantee your seats before they sell out at Daytona500.com.
I'm Julie Harrell. Accidents don't just happen from 9 to 5. They can happen anytime, and usually at the worst time. Holidays, weekends, and even in the middle of the night. Harrell & Harrell will always be there for you, 24 hours a day. We'll be there to help make it better. Call us anytime, day or night, and we'll answer the phone. Call 251-1111. Harrell & Harrell. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
Offices, Jacksonville.
This is News 104.5 WOKV, where Jacksonville turns first for breaking news, severe weather, and traffic alerts. On air, online, on every device with the WOKV app.
Live team coverage starts now.
Good morning, Jacksonville. It's 11:30, and I'm Stephen Ponson. Our top national story, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is accusing the White House of leaking plans of a trip to Afghanistan for a congressional delegation led by Pelosi. This comes a day after President Trump canceled military transportation for that delegation. No comment from the White House yet on the accusation, and the president also canceled his trip for his delegation to go to Switzerland for the World Economic Forum the same day. A spokesperson for the speaker says Pelosi and other lawmakers were going to fly commercially, but the State Department said that was a security risk. The back and forth comes on the 28th day of the partial government shutdown.
Breaking news first. This is continuing news from News 104.5 WOKV.
You'll need to be careful around downtown Jacksonville this weekend. The city is making final preparations ahead of imploding the old City Hall annex.
That will take place Sunday, and we'll have special coverage beginning at 8 a.m. The area bordered by Main, Liberty, Adams, and the river will be closed for vehicles and pedestrians from 7 a.m. through when the dust has settled and areas been deemed safe. The implosion itself will only last a few minutes, including horns to warn 2 minutes ahead of time and sounding again when everything is done. Stephanie Brown, News 104.5 WOKV.
Temps will reach into the high 70s by tomorrow, but after some rain, they will be 20 to 30 degrees colder by Sunday, according to Action News Jack's chief meteorologist, Mike Burrish.
We'll have a chilly Martin Luther King Day, but another warming trend on Tuesday before the next storm system moves in the middle of next week with another round of rain, followed by colder air.
You'll also want to keep your eyes to the sky Sunday night. There's a full lunar eclipse at 11:41 p.m. He's accused of using his position at the Jacksonville Housing Authority to force 2 women into sexual relationships. Mitchell Ray Sr. has been found guilty and could face up to 30 years in prison as a result. The victims testified that Ray threatened to evict him if they didn't follow his demands. WOKV News Time's 11:32. Coming up, we're going to check your drive if you're heading through Mandarin, and more of the Mark K Show next.
Hey, it's Mark K from the Mark K Show. We've got a brand new studio and a brand new phone number. Write this down. 855-765-1045. That's 855-765-1045. If you want to get through to the Mark K Show, that's the number you have to use.
Stem cells and platelet-rich plasma, or PRP, are being offered as safe alternatives for joint replacement, pain management, and a host of other medical conditions. How can you be sure you get verifiable live stem cells with PRP for your most effective treatment? Well, stem cell experts Dr. David Heekin, Dr. Louis Obi, and Dr. Kenneth Eady provide the most advanced live stem cell therapies and PRP at the Pangenics Regenerative Center here in Jacksonville. Millions of your own verifiable live stem cells are retrieved and injected into your area of need in a licensed medical center carefully monitored by approved institutional review boards. You can rest assured that you will receive attentive care and expertise with our specialized doctors of orthopedics, plastic surgery, pain management, and internal medicine. See the stem cell experts. Call now for your complimentary appointment at 904-399-0905 or go to stemcellsurgeryflorida.com. Pangenics, where the art of human experience meets the future of medicine. Call today, 904-399-0905.
If your home was built before 1975, I have an important message you need to hear. Homes built before 1975 were built with cast iron pipes that are corroding right beneath your feet. Many homeowners are unaware, and your pipes may be decaying completely out of sight. This ticking time bomb can lead to devastating water damage to your home. Our firm is currently representing thousands of Florida homeowners to make their insurance companies pay to replace and repair their pipes. Our lawyers have successfully won money for clients to repipe their homes, but your time to file a claim may be limited. If your home was built before 1975, visit pipelawsuit.com or call us now at 800-888-1234. To find out if your home is affected, visit our website at pipelawsuit.com or call us now at 800-888-1234. Morgan & Morgan. Offices, Jacksonville.
Imagine coming home to find your home has been broken into. Unfortunately, it happens every day. We at Noel's Lock and Safe, North Florida's Liberty Safe dealer, hope it never happens to you and your family. But if it does, we want to make sure your valuables are protected by a Liberty Safe. Liberty Safes offer the industry's best lifetime warranty and unmatched customer support to assist you with your safe anytime you need it. Let Noel's Lock and Safe give you peace of mind when you're away from home. Mention our friends at WOKV and get a free Liberty handgun vault with the purchase of any Liberty Safe.
Hey, it's Mark K from the Mark K Show. Couple things. First of all, thanks so much for making WOKV your #1 station. And thank you for tuning in to the Mark K Show, the fastest growing talk show in Jacksonville. And that's not fake news. I want to return the favor. I want to help you grow your business too. So let's work together. Contact General Sales Manager Bob DeBloy at 245-8732. That's 245-8732. Get your business growing by teaming up with me, Mark K, and the Mark K Show. Call 245-8732. That's 245-8732.
Wakeoff's AC brings you the 5-day forecast. When your AC breaks, they get there fast.
Now, the WOKV First Alert Forecast.
A 10 on the WOKV weather meter. Partly sunny and mild today. Highs near a bit above 70. Partly cloudy, lower 50s tonight. Partly cloudy, breezy, and warm tomorrow into the upper 70s. Rain moves in overnight. Tomorrow night, it'll end by early Sunday morning, but windy and colder Sunday. Will break out into some afternoon sun, but temperatures stuck in the upper 40s to mid 50s with lower wind chills all day. Back into sunshine, but chilly for Martin Luther King Day. From the First Alert Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish. Join me today beginning at 5 p.m. on CBS 47 Action News Jax.
Now, Safe Touch Security First Alert Traffic.
Good news on the West Beltway southbound. I just got off the phone with the FDOT, and the crash on the Buckman Bridge has been cleared. All lanes are back open, but minor lingering delays getting from Blanding over the Buckman Bridge and to the 95 ramps. That'll take you 13 minutes. The crash on I-95 northbound after International Golf Parkway is now over on the right shoulder. Only minor delays remain getting through the area. With Jacksonville's most frequent traffic, I'm Brian Riley.
Now, the 3 big things you need to know.
One of the 4 Americans killed in a suicide bomb attack in Syria earlier this week has been identified as Army Chief Warrant Officer Jonathan Farmer from Boynton Beach in South Florida. He's accused of murder, and JSO is actively searching for him. We got a photo of O'Neill Exantis up right now at WOKV.com. Keep an eye to the sky late Sunday night for a full lunar eclipse with totality starting around 11:41. Unlike the solar eclipse, a lunar one doesn't require special glasses, though. It's 11:36. I'm Stephen Ponson.
I've got to get Marquet more time on the air.
Be careful what you wish for, Jacksonville. You just might get it.
We want us some Marquet.
Where entertaining meets informative.
You make it easier to go to work knowing I get to listen to you for 2 hours a day.
Local stories, local issues.
Just call it like it is. You are standing solid on truth. I love your show, brother.
This is the Marquet Show on News 104.5 WOKV.
Yeah, lunar eclipse on Sunday. You don't need special glasses or anything to wear to look at it, but I will be wearing my beer goggles because no work on. We're off Monday, by the way, FYI. We'll be celebrating the legacy of the Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. Oh, the other Josh isn't off. I just found out. Well, okay, I won't be here. Someone will be here. It's just not. It's just not going to be me. And then next Friday is the Marquet Show, LOL, at Main Event on Phillips Highway. This is a really. I mean, they're all really cool, but this thing is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Main Event is kicking off the LOL. This is the first LOL of the year, by the way. And for those of you that aren't familiar with the concept, because I know some of you just kind of half listen to the show. Yeah, I get it. That's fine. I half listen to myself sometimes too. But LOL stands for not laugh out loud. It stands for live on location. And we're going to be at Main Event on Phillips Highway. We're going to be set up. We're going to broadcast the show live from there. And that's such a quiet, reserved place. It shouldn't be distracting at all. Then afterward, there's going to be food. There's going to be some bowling. I think you get a game card or something. But you must go to our website, WOKV.com, and you've got to register to be one of our guests. We need to know how many people are coming, that kind of thing. You can't just roll on in. So if you want to partake and if you want to bowl and eat and just hang out and have a great time at Main Event for next Friday's Mark K Show, LOL, go to WOKV.com right now. All right, so just before the break, we had a call from a guy because we're talking about Donald Trump and Nancy Pelosi and the budget battle and how the government shut down, and it will continue to be shut down through the weekend, probably through next week. Nancy Pelosi, hell, she was going to get on a plane and leave for 7 days. And Sarah Huckabee Sanders pointed that out. She said, look, if she had made this trip, there would be a second week without pay, or a second pay period without any money going to our 800,000 federal workers who are furloughed and who aren't working or who are being forced to work without any kind of compensation. And Nancy Pelosi didn't seem to care about them at all. She was going to get on the plane. She was going to get on the plane and go until Donald Trump stopped her. Really like dead in her tracks, like totally stopped. Said, the plane's not going anywhere. If you want to go, you get on a commercial flight, fly commercial. But you should really stay here in Washington and do some work. Anyway, we had a guy call in and say, look, I'm kind of sick and tired of all this. The Democrats, the Republicans had the House and the Senate and the executive branch for 2 years. Before that, they controlled the Senate and the House with Barack Obama. They still couldn't get anything done. Why? The budget continues, or the deficit continues to grow by trillions of dollars. Why? What is the difference, he said, between a Democrat and a Republican? What is the difference? If the Democrats can't get anything done and the Republicans can't get anything done and the deficit continues to grow with both parties in power, what is the difference between a Democrat and a Republican? And that's a really great question. And I think a lot of people, in hindsight, Donald Trump and a lot of the Republicans are looking back saying, man, we really did squander those 2 years we had. Sure, we got the taxes cut. We got, we boosted the economy. We were able to cut corporate income taxes as well. We were able to get a bunch of businesses back on track, back in the United States. We were able to keep them from leaving in the first place. Yeah, there's tremendous economic growth. The job growth is unheard of. Record job growth for African Americans, record unemployment for African Americans and for Hispanics. I mean, Donald Trump, it's not like he hasn't been doing nothing. He's been out there redoing trade deals. He's been meeting with government leaders. He's been trying to get more money for the Pentagon. He didn't get the wall money. Probably a big mistake in hindsight. That's why we're here today. But, ladies and gentlemen, we are gathered here today because the Republicans didn't fund the wall before they lost the House. That's why we're here today. Why didn't they do it? I kind of liken it to when you're on vacation. And, you go on vacation and you're like, oh, I got 7 days off. It's going to be great. And you're looking forward. You're like, I got all the time in the world. We're going to get in the car. We're going to drive around. We're going to see the sights. We're going to sit by the pool. Maybe we'll go snorkeling. We'll go fly fishing. We'll go deep sea fishing. We'll just sit at the bar. We're going to make love in the sand. All these great things that you're going to do when you're on vacation. And then day 2 comes around. You're like, oh, wow, first day of vacation's over. Second day's just as good. Third day, fourth day. Finally, it's your 5th day of vacation. You're like, oh, my God, I only have 2 days left. And you start booking dinners out and you start going shopping and you got to get all the, by day 6, you're like, crap, I haven't bought anybody a souvenir. I got to run around and find souvenirs. And then all of a sudden it's day 7 and you've got to pack and go home because your vacation's over. And that's kind of how I attribute the first 2 years of the Republicans, stronghold on the government. You had Donald Trump, you had Congress, you had the House of Representatives, and you had Senate. And half of them thought, well, look at this. We got all the time in the world. We can get all this stuff done. And they couldn't because not all the Republicans liked Donald Trump. In fact, a lot of Republicans were a lot like Democrats. And a lot of Republicans were just as annoyed, if not as annoyed, that Donald Trump was in office. So while Donald Trump was trying to work and while Donald Trump was trying to get things done, they were trying to stop Donald Trump in their tracks. The Democrats aren't like, the difference between the Democrats and the Republicans are, the Democrats will take full advantage of a situation to get what they want. If they have control of all branches of government, they will lie, cheat, steal, hide, claw, scratch, bite, connive. They will go to any level of corruption. They passed Obamacare without anybody being able to read the bill. They forced a vote before anybody could see it, and it passed. And Nancy Pelosi literally said, you can't read it until it passes. And we were idiots. That's the way things are done. Oh, didn't you know you can't read the bill until you vote on it, pass it, and then you can read it all day long. That's how they maneuver. They take full advantage and they bind together like glue. They may hate each other. Bernie Sanders may hate Hillary Trump. He may call her names. Hillary Trump may think Bernie Sanders is a kook. They may all hate each other. They hate the moderates. Some of them hate Joe Manchin. A lot of them probably do. A lot of them hate Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. But when the you-know-what hits the fan, they all huddle together in a mass. And they go in there and they vote as one. And the Republicans don't do that. The Republicans don't take full advantage. Call it moral values. Call it Christian beliefs. Call it, I don't know, American pride, whatever it is. Call it, I will do the will of my voters and not just take advantage of my position. Whatever it is, whatever weakness the Republicans have in their moral fiber, they don't just band together and vote for something that they know is bad. Because it's bad. They vote their conscience. And it sounds great, but when you're trying to build a wall in 2 years before you lose the House of Representatives, or when you're trying to, get something else passed, or lower taxes even more, or make tax cuts permanent, or repeal Obamacare, voting with your conscience ain't going to get the job done. And that's why Republicans weren't able to get the job done. They weren't able to get it done with the wall. They weren't able to get it done with Obamacare. And Donald Trump, God bless him, he's 1/3 of this Trinity. I'm not going to say Holy Trinity because my priest he'll slap me on Sunday, but he's 1/3 of the Trinity. And sure, they were all 3 parts and they were loving life and they were kicking it on the beach. They were in Key West thinking this is the best vacation we've ever had. And then all of a sudden they woke up and it was checkout time. And they realized there were a lot of things on their bucket list that they didn't get to yet. 855-765-1045. Doc in Ocean Way. Doc, how's it going, man?
Hey, man, I have two comments, and I think I'm going to try to answer that question you just mentioned, why they didn't do it first. But the first thing is, in 2016, Barack Obama met with the king of Jordan, and we, Americans, funded the wall between Jordan and Syria. Why wasn't there a problem with the Democrats who approved that? You know what I'm saying?
Because that wall didn't keep potential Democratic voters out of the country. That's why.
and my question is, the president we have now, he can't do it all in 2 years. I mean, he can't do every campaign promise that he promised in just 2 years. Obama had 8 years and did absolutely nothing. There's not one campaign promise Obama made and kept, and yet we want Trump to do it all within just 2 years. First, he wanted to build a booming economy and then go for it. We didn't go for it right off bat because they would have complained about that. But you build a booming economy. I mean, yeah, he had the House and Senate. He should have went for it. But hey, this guy built a booming economy, and then he wanted to go for it.
Doc, you know what? You brought up a good... We have to take a break, but all right, look, I haven't really been fully truthful with everybody. There's something that I've been hiding, and smart people know this. Other people maybe don't, but there's another reason why Donald Trump didn't get the wall built in the first 2 years, and I think it's probably the most important reason of all, and I'll tell you what that is right after the break. 855-765-1045. It's the Mark K Show. We'll be right back.
You've heard Mark's take. Now it's your turn. Tell Mark what you think by using the open mic in the News 104.5 WOKV app. This is the Mark K Show.
Now, the three big things you need to know.
3-year-old City Hall Annex in downtown Jacksonville set to be imploded this Sunday morning at 8. See what you need to know right now before the blast at WOKV.com. 2. Democrats say they'll fund at least $1.6 billion for border security, while President Trump says unless he gets a border wall, the government won't reopen. It's day 28 of the partial government shutdown. 1. And Jacksonville city leaders are highlighting some resources available for local families impacted by the shutdown. To help, one local group is giving to pet owners impacted by the shutdown. Jacksonville's News at Noon in less than 10 minutes.
This time of year, a few hours can mean the difference between sunny and cool or severe thunderstorms. I'm Action News Jack's chief meteorologist, Mike Burrish. Get my first alert forecast every 6 minutes in the morning. Weekdays starting at 5 a.m. on Jacksonville's Morning News on News 104.5 WOKV.
If you have a question about your automobile accident, slip and fall, Social Security, workers' compensation, or medical malpractice claim, visit farahandfarah.com or call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Guarding your nest egg with Mike Lester.
Most people, when it comes to investing, they're conditioned to just hang in there and write it out. I mean, think about it. If you've got a 401k, you sort of set it and forget it. You can't set it and forget it in retirement. We want to protect and grow assets for our clients. It's this idea of tactical management. Those are the conversations we're having with our listeners every week in the office, and that's why I love doing this radio program.
Check out Guarding Your Nest Egg with Mike Lester each weekend here on News 104.5 WOKV.
Securities offered through TCM Securities Inc. Members FINRA SIPC.
Is your business on the rise? Each week, one local business will be highlighted as the WOKV Business of the Week. Northeast Florida's most important media outlet is searching for businesses on the rise. To learn more and to nominate a business, go to WOKV.com and click on the Business of the Week tab. This week's Business of the Week is Estes Heating and Air Conditioning. You can find them online at airbyestes.com.
Do you have glaucoma or high eye pressure? Are you forced to use daily eye drops? If so, this message may be for you. Local doctors are conducting a clinical research study of an investigational dropless therapy, and they're looking for participants right here in this area. To qualify, you must have glaucoma or high eye pressure in both eyes and have not had surgery for your glaucoma. If you qualify, you'll receive study medication at no cost, along with study-related exams by an eye doctor throughout the study. No insurance is needed, and there's no cost to participate. Compensation is available for your time and travel, but space is limited. To see if you qualify, call 844-3-MY-EYES or visit myeyecarestudy.com. If you have glaucoma or high eye pressure, don't miss out on this exciting clinical research study. Call 844-3-MY-EYES or visit myeyecarestudy.com. That's 844-3-MY-EYES or visit myeyecarestudy.com.
Hey, it's Mark K from The Mark K Show. Couple things. First of all, thanks so much for making WOKV your #1 station. And thank you for tuning in to The Mark K Show, the fastest growing talk show in Jacksonville. And that's not fake news. I want to return the favor. I want to help you grow your business too. So let's work together. Contact General Sales Manager Bob DeBloy at 245-8732. That's 245-8732. Get your business growing by teaming up with me, Mark K, and The Mark K Show. Call 245-8732. That's 245-8732.
Repairing and replacing your roof can be stressful, but you can count on quality, honesty, and dependability when you hire Jack C. Wilson Roofing. Your experience is stress-free. JackCWilsonRoofing.com. Jack C. Wilson Roofing Company, the first name in Jacksonville roofing.
WOKV FM Atlantic Beach, powered by New South Factory Direct Windows. Listen everywhere in the TuneIn Radio app. News 104.5 WOKV, a Cox Media Group station.
What does building a better bank look like? It starts with building Capital One cafes, warm, inviting places that feel nothing like a typical bank, where you can open an account with no fees or minimums in 5 minutes. And you'll always find people ready to help you, not sell you. Welcome to Banking Reimagined. What's in your wallet?
For consumers only. Offered by Capital One and a member FDIC. Cafes available in select locations. Copyright 2018 Capital One.
Even in my own home, I had my own designated space to smoke. If I think about it, it really was like I was punishing myself. A friend of mine said, why wouldn't you just try the Juul? And so I went out and I bought one. The idea of going back to smoking, I couldn't even imagine doing that. I don't think anyone, including myself, thought that I could switch.
Carolyn made the switch October 2016. Make the switch at JUUL.com. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Now, the WOKV First Alert Forecast.
A mild Friday under partly sunny skies today. Highs in the lower 70s. It's a 10 on the WOKV weather meter. Partly cloudy, low to mid 50s tonight, and increasing cloudiness. Breezy and warm tomorrow. Your Saturday high soars into the upper 70s. Then we'll have a period of fairly heavy rain tomorrow night, but it won't last long. And then Sunday's windy and much colder. Break out in some afternoon sun, but temperatures stuck in the upper 40s to mid 50s throughout the day. From the First Alert Weather Center, I'm Action News Jack's Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish for News 104.5 WOKV.
Now, Safe Touch Security First Alert Traffic.
The crash on I-95 northbound after International Golf Parkway is now over on the right shoulder, but still a 5-minute delay getting by there, both north and southbound. Orange Park drivers on the West Beltway southbound, you're now free and clear after an earlier crash. Just 10 minutes will get you from Blanding over the Buckman Bridge and to the 95 Ramsden South Side. With Jacksonville's most frequent traffic, I'm Brian Riley.
The partial government shutdown continues.
He couldn't get his way, and he just walked out of the meeting.
Democratic leaders are unwilling to negotiate.
Washington insider Jamie Dupree breaks down the shutdown and what it means to you. Weekday mornings at 7:10 and 8:40 on Jacksonville's Morning News. This is where Jacksonville turns first for breaking news. News 104.5 WOKV.
Man, everybody is stoked. I don't even know why I write out a list of 20 topics every day. And all people care about is the wall, Trump, Pelosi, the wall, the shutdown. Notice how Chuck Schumer's totally irrelevant at this point, by the way, too. Chuck Schumer, he's got off of Nancy Pelosi's coattails. Or it's just because she's the Speaker of the House and that's where the majority is, I guess, she's just in the spotlight. So, I mean, it's gone. But it is Donald Trump and Nancy Pelosi going tit for tat over this border wall, him canceling her plane, her now coming out saying he threatened the lives, or he didn't threaten, but I'm sorry, he because of his decision to disclose that we were flying commercial, he endangered the lives of me and several other congresspeople, and she's just all in a kerfuffle. 855-765-1045. I want to take one quick call, and then I'll get to the reason why Donald Trump, I think, didn't get the wall done in the first 2 years. This is Scott in St. Augustine. Scott, thanks so much for calling the Mark K Show. How are you?
Hey, Mark. First-time caller, long-time listener. Just a couple of suggestions.
Okay.
Overall.
Wait, for me or for the government?
No, for the government.
Oh, okay, perfect. All right, yeah, great.
Yeah. How quickly could we put together a national referendum vote with one question on it? Wall yes, wall no.
I mean, the thing, and I've heard the referendum before, the referendum is the election. I don't like referendum votes. I don't like these kinds of things because what happens is people, first of all, then you'll start calling referendums. Second of all, we're not a democracy. We don't let the people decide on every issue. We are a Republican form of government. We let the people decide who's going to go to Washington and decide. That's why we have a House of Representatives in the first place. That's why we have senators. That's why we have the president. The presidential election, that was your referendum. That was your referendum. That was everyone saying what Barack Obama and the Democrats have done for 8 years, we don't like. What this guy says, this TV star who goes out there and says, we need a wall. We're going to build a wall. We're going to make it 30 feet high. We need border security. We need to cut our taxes. We need to keep jobs here. We need everybody to make more money. When all this person who says we need to drain the swamp, that guy, that's the guy that people voted for. There's your referendum. You don't need to come back now and say, hey, we know you voted for all that stuff, but did you really mean it? Do you still feel the same way? That's not America. America is a Republican form of government. I pledge allegiance to the republic for which it stands. The voters don't get to decide every issue. If they did, I mean, first of all, we'd be voting every single day. They'd have to develop some kind of app so we could vote on every 20 minutes. We'd be getting, do you think we should legalize marijuana? Yes. Do you think we should build a wall? Yes. Do you think that we should give the pay raise to the Congress? No. I mean, we'd be doing that every 5 seconds. It might be fun, but you really want people making national decisions while they're on the toilet. 855-765-1045. The question came up, and one of the big questions today, and really every day, is why can't the Republicans get this wall built? Why didn't they build it in 2 years? And I'm going to tell you something secret. This is something I personally believe, and I think it's smart. And I think it's something that Donald Trump knew. I think it's something that his people know. I think it's something that you've got some smart people in the White House. You may not like them. Some of you may not know who they are, but Stephen Miller and Ivanka and Jared Kushner and Kellyanne Conway, they're intelligent people, and they know that this is they're playing the long con. Probably con's not the best word, but they're playing the long game. What they know is that you have 2 opportunities to be president. And as soon as you get the first one, you got to start working on the second one. Re-election day started on Inauguration Day. That's exactly, Donald Trump knows, any good president knows that. Barack Obama knew it. Barack Obama was running for re-election during his second election. That's how the good presidents do it. That's how they get reelected. And Donald Trump knew that there was a good shot that he was going to lose the House of Representatives. Every sitting president with a majority does. So they knew what was going to happen in the midterms. They knew there was no stopping it. But they also knew that they could use it to their advantage. Because if the wall had been built, if the wall had been funded, if Donald Trump got the money for the wall from Paul Ryan and Trey Gowdy and everyone else in the House of Representatives before they all decided to quote unquote retire, then what would he be battling the Democrats about now? What would he be able to use to demonize the Democrats? He knew Nancy Pelosi would be back. He knew she'd have the power, and he knew nothing rallies the troops like the wall. How does he know it? It's because that's how he got elected the first time. And the wall needs to be an issue for him again, because the wall is what got him elected. The wall is his signature issue. And I feel like he thought, hey, let's boost the economy. Let's make it stronger. Let's give some people some more money. We'll get to the wall, but let's wait till it's a real fight so that all the Americans, the voters, our base and their base can really see what the Democratic Party is all about. IMHO. In my humble opinion, that's why the Republicans didn't build the wall in the first 2 years. That, and 25% of them friggin' hated Donald Trump. Hey, we got to get out of here. Have a happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day. We'll be back on Tuesday. We've got Mark K. LOL next Friday. You got to sign up online at WOKV.com. Stay tuned. News and Rush Limbaugh next.
This is News 104.5 WOKV, where Jacksonville turns first for breaking news, severe weather, and traffic alerts. On air, online, on every device with the WOKV app.
Live team coverage starts now.
It's 11:59. I'm Stephen